RKO the infamous NWO back with another video doing my TNA 2011 Bound for Glory review. I was about to say predictions because I'm looking at the predictions right now because I put in the same file that I did this thing. So yes, the first match of the night was Aries versus Kendrick for the X Division Championship. So the champion Aries put on a very good match, back and forth, fast-paced match, a lot of near falls throughout the ending, but Aries got the victory when he hit the brainbuster on Kendrick and got the 1-2-3 victory. Next match was the Full Metal Mayhem match between RVD and Jerry Lynn. Another good match. A lot of wrestling in the first start of the match, and then they started bringing out the ladders and the chairs, and there was one spot where they put where Jerry Lynn put the ladder like between the barricade and the ring, and then was supposed to do a power bomb, and his foot like got caught in like the ladder and slipped, and instead of hitting the power bomb onto the ladder, Jerry Lynn hit the power bomb onto the steel barricade. So yeah, so it's pretty much already hit his head on the barricade and that slid down. So that was a horrible botch, and that looked horribly painful. But the ending of the match came when RVD did the coast to coast on Jerry Lynn. With the Jerry Lynn was in the corner, and there was a ladder right in front of him, and RVD used a chair, did the coast to coast, and got the pinfall victory. So RVD beat Jerry Lynn. Next we had the triple threat match between Crimson, Samoa Joe, and what's his face, Matt Morgan. Overall decent match, a lot of back and forth action. Like one of them would get eliminated and other two would just go at it. But I don't know, the match seemed to have ended like there was like no climax in the match. There was no like big build. It was just Crimson got the spear on what's it called, Samoa Joe out of nowhere, and then 1-2-3, and Morgan was pretty much standing over there. He didn't even end the pinfall, which is kind of weird. There's kind of no climax or like no big like, oh my god, this match is about to end, or like it's gonna end now, and it wasn't really. Yeah, it didn't really feel that. There was no good feel to the match, and I think it just ended randomly. I think it should need more time or to make the match better. But yeah, Crimson got the victory by pinning Samoa Joe. Next match we had the Falls Count Anywhere match. We had Mr. Anderson versus Bubba Ray. There was one part in the match when they started brawling, and then Anderson got the beer and threw it at Bubba Ray, and then out of nowhere some lady in the crowd got her beer and threw it and hit both Anderson and Bubba Ray. Oh, Bully Ray, but I call him Bubba Ray, so I don't even care. And it was just funny because Anderson's reaction is like, what did she just do? There's a lot of brawling throughout. They brawl up the arena, the backstage, out back to the front. There was one part where it was funny where Bubba called for the mic, and then Anderson took it and hit Bubba in the head. A lot of near falls throughout the whole match, and the ending came where Anderson hit the mic check on Bubba Ray through the table, which also another really good match. Next match with X Division, the Knockout Championship match, whatever match. Karen Angle. Well, Karen Jarrett, but I still call it Karen Angle. Karen Angle came out to screw over Velvet Sky, but got taken out, and Velvet Sky got the DDT on Madison Ray, and Tracy Brooks counted the 1-2-3, and Velvet Sky is the new Knockouts champion. Next match was the I Quit match between AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Match was a decent match, a lot of back and forth action. The match, though, it ended kind of weird because it was like they would make each other say I quit, and then using the chair and the screwdriver, and all of a sudden AJ just started getting mad and hitting all these finishing moves like the Pele kick and the Styles Clash, and then he picks up the screwdriver and goes after Daniels, and Daniels just say I quit, and then runs off. Which was it was just such a weird ending. It was a good match, but it just ended so weird. Another weird ending by TNA, because I don't know why TNA does these weird endings. And then next we had JR come out and talk, and then Jeff came out, and then them two brawled, and that's all that happened. So the next match is the pretty much the main event, or co-main event, however you want to call it. Sting versus Hulk Hogan, and if Sting wins, he gets control of TNA to give back to Dixie Carter. First off, going to this match, there was no promo to start off. This match was shown before the match. Hogan comes out wearing an Impact Wrestling shirt, not a Hulk Hogan shirt, and then Sting comes out wearing a Hulkamania shirt. Through this, how do you explain this match? It was such a slow. It was somewhat embarrassing watching, but at the same time it was kind of fun watching when you look at the crowd and look how they were like going crazy. Because if I was in that crowd, like in that front row, and I saw Hogan versus Sting brawling in front of me, yeah, I'd be marking out too. Someone's calling me, and I should ignore that. So yeah. Well, I got lost track. Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah. I would be marking out too, but such a garbage match overall. And Sting hit some of the worst Stinger splash ever. And Hogan can't even is not even able to wrestle. I mean, not able to do the big boot or the leg drop. So that's kind of sad. And then randomly, the Sting does the what's it called? Scorpion Deathlock on Hogan, and then Hogan just taps out. There's like no climax or no big ending. It just ended, and it was like what? It was like such a garbage match with no build up or no climax or throughout the match or anything. And then Immortal comes out and beats up Sting, and then Hogan all out of nowhere comes and starts hulking up, and the crowd's marking out and going crazy and saves Sting, and then at the ending, them two are friends now. Like the most randomest, confusing match you will ever watch. And then now the main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, we have Kurt Angle going against Bobby Roode. It was a decent match. It had slow build up. It was slow wrestling, and then all of a sudden started getting more build up. So it was a pretty good match. A lot of back and forth. Roode kicked out the Angle slam. Roode tried to get Angle in the crossface, but Angle wouldn't tap. And then all of a sudden there was like a transition. Angle tried to get the Angle slam. Transition. Bobby Roode tried to get one move. They transitioned back to the Angle slam. Then 1, 2, 3. Angle got the win. But the thing was, Robert Roode's arm was out of the ring, which means there was no pinfall. And Angle had his hand on the rope, which helped him for leverage. So he pretty much cheated. So yeah, an ending to the biggest show of the year with ends in controversy. It was just like another pay-per-view. So overall, thoughts on the show. By the way, I just forgot to say my first thoughts on the show, which I skipped over. Like, the show didn't even have any fireworks at all. The stage was the same as like the Impact stage, and the ring apron around it just said TNA. There was no Bound for Glory, so there was nothing special at all. The only thing different was the turnbuckles that said Bound for Glory on it. So that's TNA's biggest show. It felt like just a regular show. It kind of felt like an Impact, but yet it felt like a pay-per-view. But it was a decent show, 7 out of 10. But I would give it. But it just, I don't know. It didn't seem like the biggest show of the year. It wasn't that good. There was no pyro, no nothing. It was like nothing special, just another pay-per-view. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Bound for Glory. And then having that screw job finish just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And it's like, what's gonna happen? Why would you do that? What's gonna happen thing? It's the end of the show, end of the biggest show of the year. You should have like a good finish. And it's kind of funny because we use all this time and build up the Bound for Glory series, and you make Bobby Roode win it, and then going into this he has huge momentum, and then he loses to Angle. So what was the point of the whole build up and the Bound for Glory series and everything? I don't know. That's just me. Bound for Glory was okay, but TNA just doesn't know how to book stuff properly, and that's all I gotta say. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that is it.